Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Kirk Bisnick. I'm coming to you live this morning from out in beautiful Utah. I came out here to hang out with an old buddy of mine. We've known each other since kindergarten, and then a friend of his that I just met the other day on Sunday night, and I thought, what a great way to do this call. What we'll do is I'll bring on my two friends here that really up until on 2 days ago, they had never really thought about age reversal. They'd never heard of the age pill except for, maybe a little bit of post. I mean, Tom, my friend Tom, hadn't even heard of it on Facebook because he isn't a Facebook friend of mine. So what I'm going to do is I'll hand the phone over to Tom right now. Yesterday at lunchtime, we sat in Tom Sr.'s office, and Tom explained a little bit about the age pill. And he talked about the process of aging and decay that we have in our body. So I'm going to let Tom, who's never really thought about age reversal, he's never heard of the age pill. I'm going to let him describe kind of what he heard.
Yeah, what a wonderful experience! What a fabulous company, and what a wonderfully genuine host, Tom, the scientist. We had a nice conversation, beautiful facility, and as he explained the anti-aging pills, you will, vitamins and things that he's put together, and it, quite honestly, I kept thinking of the fountain of youth, as he was talking about the benefits of this new elixir that he has, and it. I think he takes 6 pills in the morning and 6 capsules in the afternoon, and it's full of all the genuine natural ingredients that you need to combat and stop and circumvent the aging process, if not reverse it. It was quite an impressive conversation, and again, a fabulous individual, the founder, and a fabulous facility and factory, and just really nice, genuine people. You hear so much about all of the different, vitamins and minerals that we're not getting in today's world, and the GMO syndrome, and all those kinds of things. And I honestly felt at the end of our conversation that Tom spent a lot of time and effort investigating this from a scientific aspect, not necessarily from a medical aspect, and some of that too, but in the big picture, he's coming at it from a very holistic viewpoint, and really made a very solid impression upon me as far as the anti-aging capsules, and what the time and effort that he spent researching it, and the tests that he's done, and the benefits to people no different than myself or anybody else that's on this call. I'm definitely going to partake in taking these capsules and seeing what they do for me. I don't have a testimonial at this point, but I'm looking forward to pursuing that with vigor. My wife and I are both very holistic. We try to avoid medical doctors. I know that's probably a terrible thing to say, but as often as we can, and we know that there's, they're practicing. That's what they are. They're practitioners, and they practice more than sometimes than what they actually come to a firm belief in what the problem, if you have a problem, what that is. So there's a lot of guesswork, I think, involved in the medical profession, and this approaches our health and well-being in the long term and our livelihood from a totally different aspect. And again, I was extremely impressed with Tom Sr., his office, his staff, his facility, and his commitment to excellence in finding an age reversal protocol, if you will. Vitamins and minerals that we all need that circumvent, not only stop, but circumvent the aging process and turn it around. I'm sure you've all heard of the 60's the new 40, and I honestly believe with Tom's advice and his and the anti-aging capsules that could be brought to fruition. And with that, I'll hand the phone back to my good friend Carl.
Kurt. You can tell we just met each other. He doesn't even know my name. But you know, I'll tell you, when you look at age reversal, the nice thing about it is that it's not just for people who are old. I've got a young guy here. He just graduated from high school. His name's Hunter. I'm going to put him on the call here. And Hunter, just, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. What is it, if you could stay the same age you are now, have the energy and the strength and the vigor that you have at 19, wouldn't that be nice?
It would be amazing. I could hunt for the rest of my life.
There you go. He could hunt for the rest of his life, right? And you think about it, man. Have you ever thought about how old would you like to live?
As long as I could, I would think.
Yeah.
Over 100, 125, 150.
Yeah. I mean, if you could live to be 140, 150 years old.
If I could live to be 140 and be healthy the whole time, it'd be amazing.
Yeah. And wouldn't you plan things a little bit more? I mean, like right now, most people your age are probably planning on, I'll be old at 60 or 70, right? You look at your grandma and grandpa and things like that. You look at the diseases that they have, and you start planning, well, when I get to be 60, 70, that's what's going to happen to me, right?
Yeah.
And so what if all of a sudden we doubled that?
Well, that'd be crazy.
Right?
You'd probably work for twice as long.
You could work twice as long. You'd plan on that, right? And you'd have a career. Maybe you'd plan on maybe at the age of 60. What do you want to do? What would be your new career at 60 years old?
Yeah, if you were one of the few that was able to live that old,
right?
You retire at 60 and live out your life doing what you want.
There you go. And so thanks, Hunter. I appreciate that. And so when you listen to you heard from somebody who's 60, and now you heard from somebody who's 19, and now we're going to go to a classmate of mine. Brian and I went to kindergarten together, and he's been hearing me kind of talking about anti-aging. He's been hearing me talk about the fact that I want to live to be 100. And my plan is that, I don't want to be 100 and have to meet a whole new group of friends because all my friends died. Yeah. My goal is that I want to be around people like Tom. I want to be around people like Brian. I want to be around people like Hunter that when we're 100 years old, I mean, what if you could be healthy as you are right now at 100, what would you be doing in your life?
Getting up at 4 in the morning like we did today and shooting elk when I'm 100. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, packing it out and skinning it and
right?
Cutting it up, butchering it, yeah.
I mean, that's the cool part about it is that you start thinking about the things that you get to do today at 55 years old, and you start going, man, I'm only halfway there in 55 years. What if I could be doing exactly what I'm doing today?
Right. And what I'd like to do is have get a few of my friends taking the product as well so that they're around so we can have a good time, because a lot of times one guy out of a bunch of buddies gets to old age, and one thing when you talk to them, it's like all my friends died.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I have a 96-year-old patient in Wisconsin, and that's actually what he told me. He said the worst thing about getting to be over 90 years old is you don't have any friends around anymore. And
they've all passed.
Yeah. So what if, like in your Chevy pickup there, Tom, what if, you knew that pickup was going to last you for the next 50 years? Would you buy a battery with a lifetime warranty?
Absolutely.
Would you buy tires with a little bit more tread life warranty?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And isn't that the same thing with your body now? Now that after you listened to Tom talk yesterday, don't you want to try and put in the things that are going to make it so that your engine can last another 55 or 60 years?
Oh, I'm a firm believer in synthetic motor oil and buying the best tires I can for my motor vehicles. Why wouldn't I have the same thought process with my own personal body?
Exactly.
This is the fountain of youth, like I said earlier. I mean, I'm a true believer in it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results.
Yeah, and both of these guys, they have a bus company. They sell buses and people haulers, and I mean they want these vehicles so they can last forever. So in a lot of cases, people tend to take better care of their vehicle than they do their body. I mean, I've watched some people that at 10 o'clock in the morning, they're drinking beer, and I watch other people that they just don't get any exercise at all. And they just don't plan ahead because they go, well, you got to die anyhow. And that's like buying a car and never changing the oil, because you just go, well, it's going to break down anyhow. Would you ever do that, Brian, with one of your buses?
Never do that. No, change the oil.
Change the oil, exactly. His dad taught him that a long time ago. So, all right, well, I know it's a little bit early. I'm not doing a full-length call today, and thanks, everybody, for jumping on the call. Hang on one second. We have one more comment from Hunter, the 19-year-old.
Sisel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's on the products, and he uses them, and he believes in them. And a big part of it is because I got a 3-year-old sister he had when he was 45 years old. And one of his worst thoughts is he doesn't want to be going to her prom when she's 18 and everybody's saying, that's cute, your grandpa came by. You know, he wants to be young and healthy and be around for her, because he does. He feels bad. He had a kid so old, and he feels like he's only going to be there for so much of her life. And so to have a product where he feels like he can be around for her longer, that's a big deal to him, too. And he uses Tom's products every day.
Every single day.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just saw Jason the other day, and, man, your dad is in great shape yet, isn't he?
Looking good. He's healthy.
Right?
When he was 40 years old, he was 250 pounds with a six-pack.
At 40 years old.
Yep.
Right?
And he can field dress an elk in how long? 2 minutes and...
I've seen him do deer gut and skinned in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
There you go.
For any of you that are hunters, I mean, you think about that. If you can take and you can field process a deer in less than 3 minutes, I mean, that's amazing. So, anyhow, thanks for listening to the call, everyone. Have a great Sisel day, and for those of you that are listening to the recording, have a wonderful day as well. Thank you.